What's up? Today I want to have a little casual talk about a few of my memories with my first ever 3DS. Now the reason I say first ever one is because this 3DS I'm holding in front of you is the second 3DS I've ever owned. The first one I had was the light blue layer cake design 3DS that I missed dearly, that OG design. I had to sell that some time ago because I was in kind of a tough financial situation unfortunately, and the reason I bought this 3DS here was because I wanted to make a video about 3DS modding and thought a 3DS XL would look really pretty on the screen. Sure, it's nice, but honestly, a part of me kind of wants to trade this in for that shiny blue 3DS design, even if it is less powerful and smaller. When I first got my 3DS, I remember having to share it with my brother. We got one on Christmas morning, and by that time Super Mario 3D Land and Aquarina of Time 3D were already on the console, as well as under our tree. Now you might think that my mom was a maniac for having us share one 3DS, and to that I say, yeah, you're right. I don't care what financial situation you were in, Mom, from the past, but you seriously can't expect two kids to take turns playing the new Mario game on one console. Jokes aside, I guess my mom meant for the 3DS to be more so used by my brother, because I guess he was more vocal about wanting the console in the past, so I got a Lego set for Christmas instead. And yeah, obviously I grew tired of a singular Lego set when compared to a 3DS, and shifted my attention towards my brother's shiny new console. Unfortunately for him, his alone time with the thing came to an abrupt end. I quickly created my save file for 3D Land and let him know that if he even looked at my file on his way to his, I would make sure he never touched the console again. So yeah, I was kind of a dick back then, but I was just that big of a Nintendo fanboy, I guess. Sue me. After absolutely crushing my way through 3D Land, playing it day and night, I thought to myself, now what? Oh, that's right, we also got Mario Kart 7 with the 3DS. Can you tell we were spoiled? I must admit, I was more obsessed with 3D Land than Mario Kart. I guess I wasn't able to play Mario Kart 7 online, so I was stuck just playing the single player mode. And my young self was pretty bad at getting my mom's money's worth out of games, so I never really had the patience to play Mario Kart 7 for hours on end to unlock all the cool new karts and characters. I left my brother to do that, and I would just reap the rewards. So by this point, I was basically poking at the 3DS with a stick asking it to do something. And lo and behold, it did. I had Aquarina of Time right there for me to play, and that's exactly what I did not do. I wasn't really into Zelda at the time, so I basically just ignored the 3DS for a while, so I guess I wasn't a Nintendo fanboy. That is until I got a new game for the console that would make me a fan again. New Super Mario Bros. 2. And this game was disappointing as sin. This game single-handedly made my young brain develop to a point where I wouldn't treat every new Mario game that came out as a second coming of Christ or something. Because for the first time ever, when I finished this Mario game, I thought to myself, that was it? The only thing I remember was breezing past a bunch of yellow levels. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. I didn't feel a challenge, and the level design just didn't capture my attention. And I was young at the time, so that shouldn't have been an issue for it, but I guess it was. Fast forward a year or two and we were fast approaching the release of Smash 4 to be released a couple months earlier on the 3DS before its big Wii U release. When Smash 4 came out for the 3DS, you know I had to bring it out of the drawer it was shoved in for the better part of a year, just so I can experience the demo that was available on it. I distinctly remember getting this spike on some poor CPU with my Mario, and that was basically the height of my Smash career. There lie my hopes and dreams of becoming pro. So yeah, I basically played that demo until the Wii U version was released. But before that, the final time I basically touched that blue 3DS was to finally play Aquarina of Time in 3D. I don't know why I feel like playing it out of the blue, but I'm glad I did. It's my second favorite Zelda game behind Wind Waker, and I hope that's not a hot take. I remember beating Ganon for the first time in an epic cinematic battle at the end of the game. After hours of struggling through some of the dungeons, my adventure was all worth it in the end when I saw that sword go through Ganon's head. I knew I experienced something special and was able to understand why this game is considered among many as the greatest video game of all time. It is because of this experience that I was dying to play Wind Waker HD, so I got a Wii U just for that game, and Smash of course, and the 3DS took a backseat in my life for years, up until that fateful day where I decided to pull it out again, giving it false hopes of me playing it, and instead just selling it. So sure, I guess I don't have many memories of my 3DS since it wasn't really one of my main consoles I played back in the day, but for the moments I did play it, they were special. Well, that's about all I wanted to say about my layer cake design blue 3DS. Maybe you'll watch this video one day and know that I miss it, and hopefully forgive me for neglecting it all those years. Fingers crossed.